Magnesium is the #1 mineral that you're likely to be deficient in. And this is a big deal because magnesium plays a very large role in not only your overall health, but also how you feel. If you have a magnesium deficiency, your energy will crash. Now, magnesium is also responsible for over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body. And in fact, it'll even impact your sleep and your heart health and so much more. So that's why we're talking about the 7 unusual signs of magnesium deficiency. I'm Dr. Nick Zarowski. Let's go ahead and dive right into the very first one, and this is your mood. Magnesium will have a really big impact on your mood. If you're somebody who is suffering from anxiety, if you have depression, if you're just, angry all the time, magnesium can be really good for you. And the reason for this is because magnesium will help balance the neurotransmitters in your brain. And neurotransmitters are almost like a hormone in your brain. And when you take magnesium, it balances them out, and it really, really helps with anxiety and depression and stress and all the different things that many of us face today. Now, it's also going to have a big impact on your sleep. I can tell you that taking magnesium is one of the most important things I have ever done to improve my quality of sleep. I track my sleep every night, and magnesium helps so much. Helps me get into a deep sleep so that I actually wake up recovered. So if you're waking up at night, if you can't fall asleep at night, magnesium certainly can be a huge way to help calm you down and get you much better sleep. Let's talk about your muscle health. Now, if you're someone like me who has dealt with muscle cramping and muscle spasms and Charlie horses and all those nasty things that we can encounter, magnesium is really, really helpful for this. And the reason that magnesium helps so much with your muscular health is because what happens is when you have a magnesium deficiency, you get hyperexcitability within the nerve. And as a result of that, you're going to get that muscle spasm. And I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, if you're dealing with muscle cramps, magnesium is a great way to solve this issue. I have worked with so many patients over the years where, at night they're getting muscle cramps and they're getting muscle twitching throughout the day, and they think they have this major issue, and all they need to do is start taking magnesium and they feel so much better. It's a game changer. And I said that magnesium helped my sleep in an incredible way. Magnesium also probably is hands down one of the most beneficial minerals that I've ever taken to improve my overall quality of life. Not only has it improved my mood, my sleep, and also muscle twitching, but it even goes further beyond that, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Now let's talk about your heart health, because this is really important. Many people don't think that magnesium is that important, but when you look at your heart health and the potential of having arrhythmias and heart palpitations all due to a lack of magnesium, that's a really big deal. And in fact, a chronic depletion of magnesium can actually even lead to stroke and heart attacks. So we have to really be careful with this. Now, let's talk about insulin resistance, because many people think, well, you know what, the only way that you end up with insulin resistance issues is because you're eating too much sugar. Not necessarily. Insulin goes around and it shuttles that blood sugar into the cell, but one of the things that it actually needs to get sugar into the cell is magnesium. So when we are lacking magnesium, it actually can impact the insulin sugar cellular reaction. So we have to make sure we have plenty of magnesium. And then also let's look at headaches for a minute before we get to how much magnesium you need to take and how you know if you have a deficiency. Headaches are a really big one. If you suffer from migraines, headaches regularly, magnesium can be a game changer. I am also somebody who used to suffer from migraines quite regularly, and I really attribute taking magnesium to helping reduce the migraines that I encounter. And then the next big sign that many people suffer with today is high blood pressure. How many of you go to the doctor's office and you get diagnosed with something like high blood pressure and you're given a medication for it, but you're never actually told how to solve the problem? And this is a big issue. And the fact is that many people who are having many of these symptoms could just have a magnesium deficiency. Now, if you go to your doctors and they basically say, hey, you have this particular diagnosis, so just take this medication. The issue is that the real problem that some of these issues exist is that you have a deficiency. And when the deficiency is never solved, you can never solve the actual problem. And then of course you end up on medication highway, and there's no exit on medication highway. So we want to make sure that we're always looking to solve some of these issues that we're facing naturally. And we have to look to a potential deficiency. And so in this case, we're looking at magnesium deficiencies causing issues like high blood pressure. But how much magnesium should you actually take? This is actually something is very interesting. What we want to do is we want to be taking about 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium every day. Now, of course, this can come from your food or this can come from a supplementation source. Personally, I supplement with magnesium every day. I eat a good, healthy, whole food diet, but I go above and beyond to supplement with magnesium. And when I supplement with magnesium, I don't just take one form. There's many forms of magnesium. I like to take a blend of magnesium because that is what I find works best. And so what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below to the magnesium that I personally use and I use clinically because I know it works very, very well. So about 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium per day. Now, how do you know if you have a magnesium deficiency? Well, there's a lot of ways. For one, you may have some of these different symptoms I mentioned here. And then also the other way that you could know if you have a magnesium deficiency is if you are facing many of these symptoms and then you go and you start taking magnesium and the symptoms start to go away. So this is what we would refer to as a magnesium challenge. You have symptoms associated with that magnesium deficiency. You take the magnesium. Did the symptoms go away or not? If they went away, then you have found that you have discovered a magnesium deficiency and you can solve that by supplementing with magnesium. If the symptoms don't go away, then it could be something else that you need to focus on. So that is one way to determine if you have a magnesium deficiency is do a magnesium challenge. The other way is to do a blood test. Now this is something where you'd go to your doctors, you get a blood draw, and then you would determine whether or not you have a magnesium deficiency. What is the best way to start for you if you think you have a magnesium deficiency? Well, I would start with the magnesium challenge because it's the cheaper way. You can just buy some magnesium and did you benefit from it or did you not? And then if you're looking to just get right to the source there, you can do the blood test, which of course requires a doctor's visit and a little bit more money. So that's why I always start with the magnesium challenge. And typically we can solve this problem using that method. So don't sleep on this because magnesium is one of the top mineral deficiencies that many, many people are facing, and you could be one of them. I know that I definitely had a magnesium deficiency. It changed my life to start supplementing with it in a big, big way. And it may actually change your life as well. I'm Dr. Nick Zarowski. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and also let me know in the comments how magnesium changed your life. It was a pleasure seeing you in this video. I look forward to seeing you in this video next.